Thank you very much for joining me this evening. My name is T, and you're listening to TokYo-Yo Talk, and I'm very, very excited to be joined today by a guest I've been waiting a long time to talk to. I'm extremely excited, so thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I want to make sure, I want to try to pronounce your name correctly. Is it Yixing Tan?
Yeah,
Yixing Tan. Okay, thank you. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
yeah, of course, yeah. My name is Yixing. I have been a Yo player for more than 10 years, and right now I am also a Yo designer. I study mechanical engineer in Munich, and before 7 years, I moved from China to Germany. Yeah,
Wow. So when you were first studying and stuff, you were studying in China?
yeah. I had my primary school and secondary school in China. Then I had my high school and university in Germany.
Wow. So why was there a move to Germany?
Because I think German is one of the strongest country in the automobile industry, and I want to study mechanical engineer here. So that's why I moved from China to Germany.
Nice. And you just decided to stay there after your studies?
I have no idea. I must first finish my study, then I will think about it.
So you're still studying now.
Yeah.
All right. So you mentioned that you're doing yo-yo design, obviously. Is that your main focus for your job, or like what other kind of engineering do you do?
Um, so I think yo-yo is only my hobby. I don't think yo-yo could be my job because yo-yo is already one of my largest hobbies during my childhood and right now as well. But I don't hope that my whole life is only yo-yo. So yeah, I think I can do something more. That's why I'm pleased to see my design in the market, but I wouldn't like to put my full time on the yo-yo.
Mm, nice. And so after your schooling and everything, you said you're not sure what you'd like to do or like where you're going to live next, but what are some hopes you have after school? Like what would you like to do with your life next?
I think probably I will work in car industry like BMW or other company. I'm not sure. So I
Oh,
study right
cool.
now bachelor, then next year I will study master.
Wow. Also in Germany?
Yeah, in the same university, Technology University of Munich.
Nice. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
So moving on to the yo-yo stuff, you kind of mentioned a little bit. Recently, you've been working with Magic Yo-Yo a lot, correct?
Yeah.
And so, how did that get started?
Well, that's actually a very long story. Um, 6 years ago, my favorite yo-yo company was actually Yoyo Creation from Japan. I have used their product Japanese for a long time, likely 3 years. But shortly before 2015 German National Yo Contest, all my Japanese are too old, and all of them have the vibration. But I still use them at the contest and got the second place. After the contest, I decided to change the yo-yo I used. Then the question is, should I buy more Japanese or yo-yos from the other companies? At that time, I found actually there was not any yo-yo in the market that matched my playstyle better than Japanese, but I wouldn't like to pay for the same yo-yo as well. So I decided to design my yo-yo by myself. But firstly, I think if I can make the yo-yo in Germany, I was looking for factories to machine my own design for my own competition. So I contact German factory. I wrote emails to more than 20 CNC factories, but after 2 weeks discuss, no one would like to make yo-yo because some of them think yo-yo is a toy. I can't make mass production as many as they required, and some quote a price which is extremely expensive so that I can't afford it. And even some said they don't have experience to make yo-yo, therefore they don't want to make it. So yeah, so it was much more difficult to find a factory to make Yoyo than I thought. And then I tried to look for a factory in China because I have heard most Yoyos in the world are manufactured in China. Magic Yoyo is one of them. I contact Magic Yoyo for the prototype of my design, and I used the prototypes machined by them at Czech National Yoyo Contest 2015. Yeah, 2015 I think. And at that time, they asked me if I can improve a bimetal design for them. They send me the design. I can draw my idea, but I have no idea to improve their design. So I told them I can give them a Yoyo design from my laptop for free, which I draw it several months ago and never prototyped, because I have too many designs in my laptop, but I can't pay for all the prototype, So yeah, so after half a year, they began to release that Yoyo, and at that time we thought we can work together, and we were talking about how we make the collaboration to make more Yoyos in the market in the future. So that's the beginning of the collaboration between me and Magic Yoyo, and until now we have done 3 products in the market. Yeah.
Nice. And so, as far as I know, you're still like an independent, right? You just design for Magic Yo-Yo, but you're not part of the team, right?
Yeah, I have never sponsored actually.
Is that something you'd like at some point? Do you want to be part of a team, or do you prefer to be more independent?
No, I think before some years, I got sponsor requirement, but I think it's better that I have no sponsor. I think it's good. Yeah.
Interesting. I think like a lot of people are going for the sponsorships these days, but it's nice to have freedom more
But I
sometimes,
don't.
right?
Yeah, but I don't want to be. I don't want to belong to any team. So yeah.
Nice. And so you mentioned you'd done 3 designs with Magic Yo-Yo. I guess starting with the Carpfin, right?
Yeah.
Which I have to tell you right now is my number 1 favorite yo-yo of all time.
Carpfin. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love that thing. It's
Thank you very
it's
much.
been my number 1. Yeah,
Thank you.
it's just, I don't know. Every time I buy a new yo-yo, but I go back to the Carpfin, it's like an old friend. It's so I love that thing. But yeah, what was your? This is actually a question some of my subscribers were asking. Sunset Rider Roddy was asking, what was the inspiration for the Carpfin?
Honestly, I'm not sure what inspired me to design Carpfin. The original idea to design Carpfin is Magic Yo-Yo and I want to make a monometal yo-yo with affordable price for beginners and the advanced players. Yeah, today's Carpfin was firstly released on the 3rd May this year, but it's much different than the first vision. We prototyped the first Carpfin in November last year. The general profile has already been determined at that time, but I forgot how I have the idea of Carpfin because it's already long ago. But I remember I brought an idea of making polishing loop to Carpfin. It looks pretty shiny. In comparing with a normal monometal yo-yo with oxidation surface, this idea is inspired by iPad, which also has a polishing edge. After I got the first vision prototype, I think the polishing edge is not wide enough. So I redesigned the edge to make a 5mm wide surface which is to be polished. So now you see the Carpfin has a wide polishing loop instead of the original 1mm wide. It looks like a bimetal yo-yo. Yeah, but I have never posted any picture of the first version in social media. So yeah, and
Interesting.
yeah, and what's more, I would like to say is the hub. HVB hub. Yeah, actually, in the first version, the hub is flat. There's nothing above. The final Carpfin is with a finger spin zone. It's easier to let the beginners to do finger spin and some grinding tricks with this finger spin zone. Because of this, people think Carpfin is similar like the Yoyo factory shutter after the first front lock. But in my opinion, the difference is the hub of Carpfin is something like a hollow cylinder on a flat hub, and the shutter is something around sinking based on a flat surface. So they look similar but from the photo, but if you compare to Yoyo in your hands, you will find the difference of the hubs. And yeah, and the design of all the other parts are completely different. Carving is originally designed for beginners and advanced players as well, but it shows more performance. I remember 2 days before Carpfin's release, one member of Team Magic Yoyo used Carpfin to win 2017 Shanghai Yoyo contest, and it cheered me up a lot. So yeah, and we plan to do many different colorways. Each kind of colorways is limited. And one more thing I can tell you is the next colorway run is coming, I think, shortly after the Christmas. The beginning of next year, I mean. Yeah.
And then obviously after the Carpfin, you had the Vulfgang, which is the premium bimetal, and then Rex, right, which is the titanium with the stainless steel rims. Are there any other designs that you'd like to try, or do you feel like you want to take a break from yo-yos for a bit? What's next for you?
I will still try bimetal, trimetal, and other titanium or other special material for the surface. I'm trying something new right now, but I can't give you more details because of because of the confidentiality agreement between me and the Magic Yoyo. So, but you are seeing it, yeah.
But something new is coming. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, actually, that's all my basic questions. If it's okay, I have a few questions from my Instagram followers. Is it okay if we go through those?
Yeah. You can answer me anything. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, our first question here from the subscribers is from IKF Dom, and he asks, "What does yo-yoing mean for you?"
Okay. I think it's different for me before 10 years and right now. At the beginning, yo-yo for me, I think the importance is to join a contest and try to win. So before 6 years, yo-yo contest for me was serious thing. Every time I prepared it for a lot. Of course, I spend almost all my free time to play yo-yo, but since I go to university, I have so much thing to do for my study, homework, and exams. So currently, I don't play yo-yo every week, but I always enjoy the yo-yo contest. I knew many friends from this community. That's amazing for me. Therefore, I would like to come to different national contests. I was at German nationals, Czech nationals, Italian nationals, UK nationals, and UIC and so on. So yeah, I think the yo-yo contest is not only a competition but also a community. Like Worlds or UIC, players come from different countries, speak different languages, but they can talk about yo-yo or other thing together. They share their combos, they discuss their tricks. I would like to see people making a community based on the same hobby, the same topic. I think that's really amazing. And right now, yo-yo for me is for fun, yeah. And I try to make more better yo design. That's all, yeah.
Fantastic. All right, cool. The next one is from LIL, who says, who is your fave player right now?
I have been asked.
Put me on the spot.
I have been asked this question for a long time, but favorite player. You mean it's only a player which I like or a player which I admire?
Oh, sure. Anything you like.
Yeah, and as I was 12 years old, I I like Hiroki Suzuki a lot because at that time he played many speed combo and so on. But right now, I think I have no favorite player. So I like to see different play style from different players, but which one is especially for me? For me, I'm not sure. Yeah,
Mm. Nice. You can keep your options open and enjoy everybody, right?
yeah,
Nice.
like speed combo or select tricks or the thing. Yeah.
Mm. Cool. Our next one is from Manolo Delrin, who asks, "What's the process in designing such great yo-yos?"
What's the process? Um,
Mm.
I'm not sure if my design is pretty good for most yo player, but I'm always try and I am always trying to improve my design.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I get a little success from my design, but I don't think that's a large success.
So, do you, when you start out designing something, do you start by like drawing it on paper, or do you do CAD, or how do you like come up with an idea at first?
Okay, you mean how I design yo-yo, or
Mm.
yeah? I use a software called Katia, and sometimes I use
Mm.
Inventor. That's two CAD software.
Next one here is from Zipline Strings, who asks a couple questions. They say, "What's your favorite yo-yo, and what's your favorite yo-yo you've designed, and why?"
Okay, and I have said my first year was Japanese. I used it
Right.
for 3 years contest. I think I think 2013 to 2016 or
Mm.
2015. I don't remember. Yeah, 2015. I think yeah. And um, the favorite yo-yo what I designed is products right now. It's a yo-yo which I post on the Instagram, but not to the public. I mean, not sell to the public.
Mm.
Yeah, and I used it at last year's UK Nationals. That's a yo-yo design with a combination of strong spinning and lightweight for a high-speed combo. And another one I post on Instagram is a black bimetal yo-yo that that was my favorite yo-yo. That's a 7075 aluminum body with steel ring, but I haven't named it. So yeah, that yo-yo um, I designed it only for my competition, and it matched
Mm.
my playstyle a lot. But I will not use it anymore. This yo-yo has an extremely speculated edge. It's actually very terrible, because at ULIC at European Yo Championship ships in 2016, um, 20 minutes before I went on the stage, I broke my glasses with that yo-yo. So yeah,
Oh.
so for the safety, I will never design a yo-yo with such a speculate edge. I think if a yo designer himself plays yo-yo, he can learn more about how the player will have the feeling to improve the design. I mean, yeah.
Mm. So I think that's pretty much everything I had for you today. Um, Thank you very much for joining me on the show. I really appreciate you taking time. I'm so glad we could finally sit down after a long time and chat.
Thank you for having me again.
Yeah. And good luck with your university studies. I hope you go on to design. Well, I know you will design great things. So good luck with that.
Thank you very much.
And before we head out of here, I ask the guests if it's okay if they will say the catchphrase of my channel, with this, our sign out, which is Sai Yo Yo Nara.
Sayonara.